road open, Imber Village. Oh, this might be cool. Well, it looks like we are able to look at that old heap. Look at it vibrating. What a heap of junk. Alright, Colin, how are you? Yeah. Oh, it's classic, is it? Okay, we'll follow you then.
You follow me?
Yeah. Say how impressed I am, how cool Colin looks on that bike there. It's really the epitome of style, motorcycle stylish riding, and the garb, you know, all good stuff. Well, thanks for joining me on another video. I'm back out on my Royal Enfield Himalayan. I'm with a group of other riders. Most of us are on Himalayans, and we're making our way out for a bit of off-road riding at Salisbury Plain. Nothing too heavy. We've got Joe and Kim. Joe's only been riding a bike for about 12 months, and this will be her first experience of a little bit of off-roading, so just a little bit of fun really on the Himalayans. So I hope you enjoy the video. We've got about 30 miles to go before we get to Salisbury Plain, so I'll bring you back when we're there. Just a little bit of gentle byway riding to avoid some of the major roads on our way to Salisbury Plain. This is the Lower Ridgeway track. On my left hand side is Liddington Hill Fort, and we're still riding along the Lower Ridgeway track. I did say I'd bring you back at Salisbury Plain, but I just thought I'd throw that in and just show you the lovely scenery around here. Forgotten how much fun this was. Well, we just got to go up here half a mile and we're on Salisbury Plain. Go along that
straight along the perimeter road here for a few miles.
yeah.
There's another lockout a bit further up. We go past that, and it brings you eventually back onto the Devizes Road.
Okay. Colin's being brave and taking the alternative route down there. Fair play to him. I think I'll stay on this track. I think Colin's going to be in for a bit of trouble in a minute. Obviously on the edge of the plain here, because there's a nice valley down there to my right. Very beautiful. The plain itself, over to my left, this is the military training ground with out-of-bound zones, impact areas, unexploded ordnance, and despite all the mayhem, apparently lots of wildlife and archaeology untouched. Yeah, look at that.
A dirty weekend with a difference.
We're now heading towards Imber Village. I did see a sign back there. It said Imber Village open. So I'm hoping I can get to see Imber. That'd be great. Oh, it says road open, Imber Village. Oh, this might be cool. Well, it looks like we are able to get along to Imber. There's a church. A bit windy, I'll close the visor. There's a church at Imber called St Giles. I think it's a St Giles church. Apparently all the military churches are called St Giles. I don't know how true that is. But it says the road to Imber's open. So it looks like they're going in that direction. I'd like to see him, but I've never been there before. It was an actual village, and it was commandeered or whatever, taken over by the military back in the last century, in the 20th century, and all the inhabitants were moved out, and the village became a training ground for the military. And basically it's where they do all their tactical training. They've got all the houses there still, but the houses are just shells now. The only thing which is untouched is the actual church itself and the churchyard. Obviously the graves and all that are untouched and out of bounds to the military. But you can only get to see it. It's only open a few times a year. I can see the church down there in the valley. Yeah, it's a tiny little hamlet, Imber, right in the middle of the Salisbury Plain. This must have been a beautiful little village way back in the day. Oh, this is great. I've always wanted to see Imber. It's obviously the old farm, look. The old farm buildings. Complete abandoned village. Church is open, it says. Well, Colin, that's a nice surprise coming to Imber, isn't it?
Well, it was a little bit. We didn't realise it was open today, but when we went down to do a group photograph at the entrance, we thought, it's open.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Yeah. When I was riding behind you, I was commenting to my viewers, saying how perfectly dressed you are for the occasion.
Oh yeah. Well, I knew we were coming up on Salisbury Plain, and I knew it was going to be a dirty weekend in a Wiltshire village, but I didn't think it was going to be quite like this.
No. So this is the
land of Lord David of Glen.
No, it's not Lord David.
Oh, okay. I don't know this.
This is not your land, David.
No.
No. This is military land.
I know. And Imber Village, if I remember rightly, I did my Bosnia training here.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and that
wow.
was in, 1999.
Well, it must have worked.
Long time ago.
You survived.
Well, it was only training, but it was good fun though.
Yeah.
Hard work, but very necessary.
So tell us, these buildings here, these were built by the military, were they?
No, these some were. Some look as though they've been built, and then this Imber Village was a village that was taken over.
Yeah, I mean,
for training purposes by the MOD.
Some of them look like modern bricks.
Yeah.
And that one over there, right in the background.
Yeah, I think there's some
that's
modern
old,
here
isn't it?
and some old as well.
Yeah. Oh, what a treat. That's St Giles Church there. And then overlooking Imber Village, what's left of it. Still quite a churchyard which has been left, was out of bounds to the military. Let's take a look inside the church. Yes, this ticks a few boxes for me actually, because I've wanted to come here all my life, you know, and it's one of those places which isn't open a lot. It's open today and tomorrow, and it's shut then until Christmas. So it's only open a handful of times a year, so very fortunate. So whilst I was here, I bought myself a book, Little Imber on the Down, Salisbury Plains Ghost Village, and I also bought myself, if I can get it out, some local honey. This is from hives on Salisbury Plain itself, so that's a nice treat, isn't it? Oh, we're going to go down that way, are we?
I don't know where you can get out.
That way.
Okay, well, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Don't go about me.
I'm going to go take a film and come
On
back.
the
Yeah.
right hand side, there's some old tanks out there.
All right. Well, let's take a little look down through the village. Then there's the training houses. Look. I've just been told there's some old tanks down here. So we'll have a quick look, and then we've got to head back home. Well, I didn't get to see any of the tanks, but we're heading back home now. So with that, I'll call this the end of the video. Really enjoyed today. I didn't expect to come to Imber. So as Colin was saying in the church, he said it's always better to have your camera with you and be prepared, because you just never know what you might be able to do when you're out and about. So let's have one last look at the village of Imber. It was the inhabitants moved out 80 years ago this year, and the military took over. And after today, it's open tomorrow, and this is being filmed on the 27th of August. It's open tomorrow on the 28th, and then after that it's closed all the year until Christmas. It's open on Christmas, and then again next year, just a few times every year it's open. Here's the gang. Right, we'll set off with them.